Madison LeCroy reveals if she's really moving to California. Madison LeCroy reminded fans not to believe everything they read on the internet, even if it comes from her. The Southern charmer caused a bit of a stir last week after her Charleston dream home hit the market for $1,750,000. The news was confirmed by South Carolina real estate agent Tim Schneider, who shared the listing on Instagram. To no one's surprise, the post was immediately flooded with dozens of messages, many of which focused on the home's stunning outdoor space and charming interior. But there was one question that kept popping up in the comments section. Where was Madison moving? Callie, the Southern Charm cast member, finally replied, suggesting she was relocating to the West Coast, where her fire chief husband, Brett Randall, is partly based. Madison reveals why she told fans she was relocating to the West Coast. Madison addressed the comment in her March 20 briefing on Bravo Stream, reassuring fans her Callie answer wasn't serious. So one lady who just kept asking me over and over if I was moving away, I just told her California so she could shut up, said Madison, who is expecting her first child with Brett. I'm really not moving to California. I'm staying in Charleston. We just found a bigger house. Like I said, the very first time I bought this house, this was my dream. Madison says her Charleston home has already sold. Madison, who has a 12-year-old son, Hudson, from a previous relationship, also revealed that her home had sold in less than 2 weeks. So we are limited to how many times we're gonna be doing Amazon Lives in here, because I sold the house in 10 days of being on the market, she said while filming from her kitchen. Today is actually my inspection for the house. I'm super excited. Although Madison insisted she still loved the property, she said it was time for her and Brett to get more space. She opened up about the imminent move in a March 20 Instagram story, explaining why she was ready to give up her dream house. A lot of people were talking about my house, like, why would you move? Oh my God, it was a dream, and things like that. And I'm like, yeah, it was my dream 3 years ago, but that's kind of changed now, don't you think? She said before teasing her new home. But also, if you know me, I'm not gonna move into something that's worse. I'm gonna move into something better, bigger, grander, more charming, all the things. So don't worry, what I have in store next is gonna blow your mind, especially when I'm all finished with things that I'm gonna change, she continued. Now, I won't be able to do that at first because I'll be house poor, but that's ok. Anyways, don't underestimate me. That's where you go wrong. Just know it's gonna be bigger and better. Madison and her family will continue living in Charleston. Madison spoke about her big move in a recent interview with Briefing on Bravo, confirming her new home was located in the Charleston area. Let's just say, it's exactly what we need, she said via email. More space, more charm, and plenty of room for our family to grow. It's got everything we've wanted and then some, so get ready because you'll know I'll be making it perfect. And of course, I'll be sharing every step of the way, so stay tuned. Don't worry, I'm not going far. Charleston is home, and it's where we want to raise our children. I wouldn't trade it for anything. Madison LeCroy's Charleston journey, a dream home and a new beginning. Madison LeCroy has always had a knack for keeping her fans on their toes. Whether it's her drama-filled moments on Southern Charm or her candid, unfiltered social media updates, she knows how to keep people talking. So when news broke that Madison's Charleston dream home was on the market, it set off a frenzy of speculation and curiosity among her followers. After all, the house wasn't just any house. It was a beautiful, carefully curated space that had been the setting for so many memorable moments in her life. So why was she selling it? It all began innocently enough. A South Carolina real estate agent named Tim Schneider posted a listing for Madison's house on Instagram, sharing the news that it was up for sale at the price of $1.75 million. Madison had, after all, poured her heart into the property. But as soon as the listing went up, fans started flooding the post with one persistent question. Where's Madison moving? Naturally, Madison took to her own Instagram to respond. In a comment, she simply wrote Cali, leading many to believe she was relocating to California, perhaps for a new chapter in her life. California, after all, was where her new husband, Fire Chief Brett Randall, had some of his professional commitments, and it seemed like a natural assumption that they might be making a permanent move. However, as fans began to speculate, Madison couldn't leave them hanging for too long. In a live-streamed interview on March 20, 2025, she finally cleared the air. "I just told one lady who kept asking me over and over if I was moving away, California," she explained. "I didn't mean it seriously. I just wanted her to stop asking me. I'm not moving to California. I'm staying right here in Charleston." Madison's voice was warm but firm as she reassured fans that the move wasn't as drastic as it seemed. She was still very much attached to Charleston, and the decision to sell her home wasn't due to any sort of escape or radical life change. Rather, it was simply time for her and Brett to make room for their growing family. They had found a new, bigger house, one that offered the space they needed for their future. While Madison's fans seemed a little disappointed by the absence of a West Coast adventure, the news that she was staying in Charleston was a relief to many. After all, it was clear that Madison had put down roots in this charming southern city. She was raising her son, Hudson, there, and now she and Brett were preparing to welcome their first child together. Moving across the country would have been a major upheaval, but that wasn't part of Madison's plan. The truth about Madison's sale of the house was more practical than anything else. "I sold my house in 10 days, she shared, "and I'm super excited about it. It's definitely a bittersweet moment because I love this house. But we need more space. Hudson's getting older, and now we have a baby on the way. We just need to keep up with our growing family." As she sat in her kitchen, filming a casual update on Instagram, Madison shared the emotional aspect of the decision with her followers. She wasn't just saying goodbye to a house, she was saying goodbye to a chapter of her life. "Yeah, it was my dream home 3 years ago. But things change, you know. I've grown, Brett and I are building our life together, and the space just doesn't work for us anymore." For her fans, it was a moment of reflection. They had seen Madison's house evolve over time, from the way she decorated it, to how it represented her journey as a single mother, an entrepreneur, and now a newlywed. The house had come to symbolize more than just 4 walls. It was a place of transformation, success, and stability. But now, it was time to move on. Madison made sure to reassure everyone that the new home wasn't just a random purchase, it was going to be everything they needed. "Don't worry, the new house is going to be amazing," she said with a wink. "It's bigger, it's better, and it's definitely more charming. I'm going to make it perfect. Of course, it's going to take some time, because I'll be house poor for a while, but it's worth it. I'm not moving into something worse, that's for sure." For anyone who knows Madison, it was clear she wasn't settling for anything less than extraordinary. The ambitious and determined spirit that had carried her through many ups and downs would now carry her through this next adventure, creating a new home that reflected her family's growth and her vision for the future. Still, there were questions lingering in the air. What kind of home would it be? Would it have the same chic, sophisticated vibe that her old place had? Would it be a reflection of her and Brett's shared tastes, or would she put her own unique touch on it? And most importantly, how would she incorporate the new addition to their family into the space? Madison wasn't ready to reveal all the details just yet, but she did offer a tantalizing glimpse into what was to come. "I'm really excited to show you all what we're going to do with the new house. It's going to be perfect for our family. And don't worry, you'll see every step of the way. You know I'll be sharing everything on social media, so you won't miss a thing." In the weeks that followed, fans could expect to see Madison's Instagram stories flooded with photos and videos of her new home. She would give them a behind-the-scenes look at the renovations, design choices, and the personal touches that would make it truly her own. Whether it was picking out furniture, deciding on paint colors, or planning the perfect nursery for the baby on the way. Madison promised to keep her followers involved every step of the way. But it wasn't just about the house itself. Madison had a bigger picture in mind. She was creating a family home, one where Brett, Hudson, and the new baby could thrive and grow. "Charleston is where we want to raise our children," Madison said with conviction. "It's a place where we feel connected, where we've made memories, and where we can continue to build our future."